Yes, sir. So good afternoon to everybody. And sir, I'm Balaji. I was born in Chennai, and I did my schooling in Velamal, and I've completed my graduation in mechanical engineering at Palimalar Institute of Technology.
Good.
And sir, my father is a shopkeeper, and my mother is a homemaker. And sir, my hobby is to play cricket. And sir, I'm very positive and enthusiastic person.
So you are very enthusiastic or very sporty? Or
Sir,
both?
sir,
Are you very enthusiastic or very sporty? Or both?
sir, both, sir.
Both. So you know everything about cricket, right? Who is the current
Yes,
captain of Indian ODI team?
Sir, current ODI team captain is Rohit Sharma, sir.
And what was the last series that India played against which country?
Sir, South Africa, sir.
Right. India won.
No, sir. India lost the series.
Clean wash, whitewash.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what is the dimension of the pitch of cricket pitch?
Sir, the overall ground or
Ground pitch where the bowler bowl and batsman
pitch.
stand.
Yes, sir. It will be in 22 yards, sir.
22 yards. And the weight of the ball, cricket ball, season cricket ball?
Sir, it weighs in grams, but I could not able to recall.
What is the weight of the bat?
Sir, it is about. Can I guess, sir?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, sir, it is about 1.5 kg.
No, you are saying way less than that. No issues. So,
okay, sir.
Why do you want to join banking industry? Anything peculiar you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, basically, I'm a person who wish to accept responsibility as well as a challenging role, sir. So, when I analyzed myself, banking would be the only sector where I could put all my analytical problem solving as well as leadership skills, sir. So, I could work for the development of the organization as well as for the country.
How are you going to put your analytical skills into banking?
Sir, by
Balaji, you may start with your educational background firstly. I think you missed that. You can start
yes,
with that.
Okay, sir. After completing my graduation, I joined a core company where I was working as an quality inspector for 8 months, sir. So
your graduation has been into which field?
Mechanical engineering, sir.
From
Panimalar Institute of Technology, Chennai. So after completing, I joined the core industry in Johnson Lift, where I was working for 8 months, sir. So the period is for 8 months. I was working only as a temporary.
So why not give GATE? Why not give GATE and why banking examinations, or not any other banking examinations? You said you were in core industry, so why didn't you go for GATE examinations or pursue some MTech or MBA or MTech from some better institutes like IIT Madras or something like that?
Sir, actually, my father is runs a provisional shop, sir. So I wanted to get a job that is basic need of the family.
Okay.
So I joined the core industry to work. So I wanted to develop myself to a better career growth.
Good.
So I analyzed and I found that banking would be the sector. So I can work for the development of the organization.
See, as you are from very different industry, so how will you be able to cope up with that balance sheet? If I ask you what is balance sheet, can you able to answer it?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, balance sheet is that bank's profit and loss data, sir. The sheet which shows the profit and loss data of the company is known as balance sheet.
What is contingent
on
liability?
the particular date? Sir?
Contingent liability.
Sir, pardon, sir?
What is contingent liability?
Sorry, sir. I'm not aware of this.
What is purchase?
Can you tell me what is?
Yes.
What is balance sheet? Can you tell me again?
Yes, sir. Balance sheet is that the company's profit and loss. The particular of company's profit and loss is being defined in the sheet, sir, on that particular date.
In the balance sheet.
Profit and loss or asset and liability?
Yes, sir. Assets and liabilities, sir.
What are
What
liabilities?
difference between asset and liability?
Yes, sir. The asset is that from bank, the property which belongs to me is as asset, sir. And for me, customers' deposits is liabilities, sir.
What do you mean by provisioning?
Sir,
Bank provisioning NPAs, non-performing asset. If there are non-performing asset, the bank is required to provision something.
Yes, sir. Provisioning is that bank should hit from the balance sheet and keep aside certain amount in the balance sheet, sir,
And what is
for
NPA?
future use.
Balaji, what is NPA?
Yes, sir. NPA is a non-performing asset, sir. NPA is that when an account holder does not repay the loan on or interest and principal for more than 90 days, is NPA.
What are the different categorization in NPAs? There are three categorizations, sub-categorizations.
Yes, sir.
What are
Yes,
those?
sir. Standard asset that is from 0 to 90 days, and substandard asset from 90 days to 1 year, and doubtful asset from 1 year to 3 year. And when it exceeds more than 3 year, the bank will declare it as a loss asset. Sir.
Somesh sir, is he right? Somesh sir.
Yeah, it's easy. It's okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Can you define NPA again?
Yes, sir. NPA is non-performing asset when an account holder does not repay its principal as well as its interest for more than 90 days. The account is being declared as non-performing assets. Sir.
So, what is it's right? It's right. What is the government of India is going to how it is tackling the NPA crisis undergoing in the bank, public sector banks?
Yes, sir. Even recently, government has announced bad banks of NASCL, and so they took the bad loans and they'll sell the assets of the non-performing asset account, and they'll manage the NPF through this.
Who is the head of that organization?
NARCL, sir. NARCL is
Yes.
Pradeep Shah.
What? Who?
Chairman is Pradeep Shah.
You know what SARFAESI Act?
SARFAESI Act, yes, sir.
Yeah.
SARFAESI Act is introduced in 2002, sir. To recover the non-performing asset, what act is introduced is SARFAESI Act. Using SARFAESI Act, they do not want to go to court. The bad banks directly they can take the assets of the concerned account and they can recover the NPA. Sir.
What is insolvency and bankruptcy code?
Sir, bankruptcy code.
Insolvency and bankruptcy code introduced in 2016.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, I cannot able to recall that moment. Sir.
No issues.
So, what do you know about SBI? What are your goals? What have you read about SBI? Can you tell me?
Yes, sir. SBI is the largest public sector bank in our country, sir. It is the 43rd largest bank in the world, and also recently Forbes 2021 list it has improved its rank to 205, the only bank in the in Indian ranking, and also it was introduced in to the 1955, sir. In 1952, AD Godwala committee recommended to change the Imperial Bank of India into State Bank of India.
Good.
Okay.
And then it has 7 subsidiaries at the beginning. So to get the largest public sector bank in India, they have merged the 7 subsidiaries and they have changed in 2017 into single State Bank of India, sir.
Okay.
Have you read about
Yeah,
that
that's right.
monetary policy right now?
Yes, sir.
What are the different rates?
Tell me the repo rates, reverse repo rates, XLR.
The current repo rate is 4%, sir, and the current reverse repo rate is 3.35%, and the bank rate is 4.25%, and the MSF marginal standing facility is 4.25%, and the CRR is 4%, and the SLR is 18%.
What is the difference between CRR and SLR?
Yes, sir. CRR stands for cash reserve ratio. CRR is that the bank have to reserve to RBI for future use. No no interest will be provided in CRR, whereas in SLR, interest rates will be provided.
Is
In CRR,
what are government securities?
government securities are treasury bonds and T-bills.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Is
foreign
SLR
bonds.
is SLR and government securities related?
Yes, sir.
How?
In SLR, banks have to maintain in the form of liquid cash, gold, and in government securities.
Good.
Can be treasury bills.
Balaji, what is the difference between repo rate and reverse repo rate?
Yes, sir. Repo rate is that the rate at which when banks borrow money from RBI, the interest rate is paid by banks to RBI. Whereas in reverse repo rate, RBI absorbs liquidity from bank and they provide interest to banks. Sir.
And how are these two rates used to control the inflation or probably increase or deflate?
Yes, sir. When there is an inflation, RBI increases the repo rate so that money circulation in the country will be reduced because banks borrow money from the RBI will be reduced so that banks providing loans to customers will be also reduced. Whereas in deflation, if the money circulation is very less, RBI reduces the reverse repo rate so that banks borrow money from RBI and also they lend loan to customers. So money circulation will increase and the price stability.
Balaji, do you know anything about import and export?
Yes, sir.
What is balance of payment?
Balance of payment is the difference between the import and export in the country, sir.
And what is purchase power parity?
No, sir.
What is
What is balance of trade?
What is currency parity?
What is balance of trade?
Yes, sir. It is also related to balance of payment, but at the moment I cannot able to recollect.
How
Same.
balance of trade and balance of payment is different from each other?
Sorry, sir. I cannot able to.
Balaji, how many type of lending facilities are there? Basically, what type of loans are there that banks offer? Major categories.
They offer home loan, they offer car loan, and they offer personal loan and agriculture loan,
What is OD?
then education
What is OD?
overdraft, sir.
What is it?
Overdraft,
What is it?
overdraft can be obtained from bank. The holder who has current account, they can obtain an overdraft facility from bank. When there is liquidity facility is less, there is when needed for the customer, they can
So what
obtain.
is the difference between current account and OD accounts?
Yes, sir. In current account, they can avail overdraft facility, sir. No interest will be provided in current account, sir.
And in OD?
Yes, sir. In OD, the amount we buy from the bank, we have to return with interest rate, sir.
Right. Sumesh sir?
Yeah. So about financial inclusion. Do you know about anything about financial inclusion?
Yes, sir. Financial inclusion is the providing basic banking facility to each and every citizen in India, sir. For that purpose, financial inclusion is introduced.
So what the government is doing for financial inclusion? What it has done for the financial inclusion?
Yes, sir. First, at the beginning, they have introduced a zero balance account or no frill account in 2005, and in 2012, the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh has changed the name into BSBDA, Bank Basic Saving Bank Deposit Account, and our Prime Minister Narendra Modi changed it into Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana to reach each and every citizen, and also there is banking correspondence.
Do you know anything about Seven
What are
Sisters?
the features of Jan Dhan Yojana? Can you tell?
Yes, Sumesh sir.
Sir,
Yes, Sumesh sir. Ask.
What are the features of Jan Dhan account? What are the
Yes, sir.
features of Jan Dhan account?
yes, sir. There are main two features are there in Jan Dhan Yojana, sir. We can avail overdraft facility of 10,000 rupees, and there is also accidental cover of 2 lakh rupees, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Balaji, tell me, do you know something about Seven Sisters? Seven sister and a brother.
Yes, sir. 7 sisters states
What are those?
Nagaland, Assam, and Manipur, Tripura,
Hmm.
and Bihar.
Meghalaya.
Yes, sir. Then,
So you don't know.
yes, sir.
Name any
It's
5
okay.
neighboring countries of the India of India.
Yes, sir. Sri Lanka.
Hmm. Neighboring countries,
Nepal,
the country sharing border with India.
Okay, sir. Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal, China, and Bangladesh, sir.
What is the currency of Bangladesh?
Bangladesh, Taka.
Good. Have you read something about currency devaluation?
No, sir.
No, sir. It was in
No,
news
sir.
very recently that a very big country devalued its currency. Have you read something about Venezuela?
Sir?
Venezuela is a country. No issues.
No, sir. I did not come across that.
Balaji,
Yes, sir.
do you have an idea around the electric vehicle story that is running around for quite some time?
Yes, sir.
What is the electric vehicle story now?
Sir, because of the main concept of electric vehicle is because carbon emission in our environment is been increasing day by day, and also in recent 26th meeting of COP, they have said that India said from their point of view before 2070 they have to reduce the carbon emission into zero carbon. So the only way that can be attained, we have to change from petrol and diesel cars to electric vehicles, sir.
Is there any subsidy provided by government for electric vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Uh, I do not able to recall the exact, sir, but I can say what I've come across, sir.
Can we count electric vehicle under priority sector lending?
Yes, sir. Renewable energies are been included in the
What is the
priority
percentage?
sector.
What is the percentage?
No, sir. Percentage I did not pick it.
What is the priority sector lending? Can you tell me what is priority sector lending?
Yes, sir. Priority sector lending is government has classified certain sector which government has to give importance, and the growth of the sector is very much important. So certain sectors have been classified by government of India to concentrate on that, and the development is important for that sector.
So, if you are posted in a branch, how you will contribute to priority sector lending? If you are posted in SBI branch, suppose you are posted in a rural branch,
Yes, sir.
how you will contribute to meet the priority sector targets or priority sector lending targets?
Yes, sir. We have to identify the area, how the people are, and according to them, we should advertise them for attaining loan for their benefits. If there are people who are young people are there, we have to advertise that education loans are provided for their benefits. And also, if there is farmers are there that particular region, we have to explain the schemes, and we have to explain the benefits for the scheme, and we have to
Balaji,
attract customers.
what are the different farm laws that were just back then repealed?
Okay. So, our startups are
Yes, sir.
Balaji, can you hear me?
different farm laws.
Yeah, no, actually, three formulas commodity law is what I come across, but I'm not able to recollect the three laws, sir.
Right. Have you read something about budget?
Yes, sir.
What is fiscal deficit?
Fiscal deficit is that when the expenditure is more than the income of the country, that difference is known as fiscal deficit, sir.
And so then what is revenue deficit?
So revenue deficit.
Yes.
No, sir. I do not able to.
What is capital expenditure, Balaji?
No, sir. I do not.
No idea. What is a production linked incentive?
What is NDTL? Do you know about NDTL?
Yes, sir. Net demand and time
What is-
liabilities. Net demand and time liabilities. Demand liabilities is the current account and savings account, and term liabilities is recurring deposit and fixed deposit.
What is
When
OD?
people are,
What is OD then? What is overdraft?
yes, sir. Overdraft is that when the customer in current account they can avail
No.
overdraft and
No.
also
What I'm asking is
then
where will you put OD in this categorization?
yes, sir. OD will be in demand liabilities, sir.
Good. What is gross NPA?
Okay. Yeah, Anurag.
What is
Yes,
gross
sir,
NPA?
No, sir. I know about NPA, but I don't know about gross NPA, sir.
So you don't know gross NPA, net NPA? That this is a very basic question, Balaji.
Okay, sir. I'll go and learn about that, sir.
Fine.
Anurag was asking about PLI.
PLI, yes, sir. Production linked incentives, sir.
What is it, Balaji?
Yes, sir. Government has given certain, for example, recent days we have come across the semiconductor. So government has given productivity incentives to increase the production of semiconductors. Sir. They have allotted some amount to increase the production of semiconductors.
How is it going to work? How is that scheme going to work? How is the government going to incentivize the industry? Any idea on it?
Yes, sir. My idea is that they are boosting the industry for by giving certain amount to boost the particular sector to increase the production of semiconductors. For example, sir.
Do banks have any role in that PLI scheme, or they are neutral to it?
Uh, no, sir. I don't have idea about
Balaji,
banks and
do you know how many vaccines are circulated right now in circulation right now in country for coronavirus?
sir, I could not able to.
How many vaccines are in circulation right now to fight coronavirus?
So, your voice I cannot able to
Balaji,
understand
how
clearly.
many vaccines are in circulation right now
Yes,
to
sir.
fight
Yes, sir.
coronavirus?
Yes, sir. Covishield and Covaxin, sir, and and also Sputnik V, sir.
So only
Who
three.
are the respective developers?
Yes, sir. More than three is also available, sir.
No. Who are the major developers for these respective vaccines?
Yes, sir. Bharat Biotech
For
for Covaxin and for Covishield, uh, Serum Institute of Technology, sir, and for Sputnik V. Yes, sir.
And
Serum Institute of Technology.
what is the endemic stage? What do you mean by endemic stage?
Yes, sir. Endemic stage is when a disease is revolving in a country, in a particular country, they'll declare as an endemic, sir. When the disease goes on to the world and it affect the entire world, it will be declared as pandemic, sir.
Good.
Okay. So, do you know about fintech?
Yes, sir.
Fintech. So, how SBI is contributing to fintech? How SBI is contributing to fintech? Do you know? Do you have any idea about it? Can you tell me?
Um, no, sir. I don't know what SBI is currently uh, providing them, but bank's aim is to provide financial support to financial technology to.
Do you know cooperative banks?
Yes, sir.
Name three banks that SBI sponsor.
No, sir.
Do you
I
know?
don't know.
Do you know big commercial banks sponsor small cooperative banks? Do you know this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't know the name.
Which is the lead? Which is the lead bank in Tamil Nadu? Lead bank.
Yes, sir. The lead bank here is the Indian Bank, sir.
Indian Bank is the lead bank.
Yes, sir.
And which bank got merged in Indian Bank, or Indian Bank got merged in any other bank?
Yes, sir. Allahabad Bank got merged into Indian Bank, sir.
Us.
Just so much.
The Chirag.
Okay. So they were recently there
Have you
was
heard?
news. Recently there was news of RBI banning some cooperative banks. Why was so?
They are white. Sir, can I get again, sir?
Recently, RBI banned some cooperative banks.
Sir,
Why was so?
they are violating the regulations of RBI, sir.
Any particular name? Which banks were banned?
Recently, was many Punjab and Maharashtra, sir.
No issues.
And
Sumesh sir.
Do you know about this banking ombudsman scheme or banking ombudsman? Have you heard about it?
yes, sir.
What it does? What it does? And recently there is a news about banking ombudsman. Have you heard? Have you read it?
Yes, sir. Banking ombudsman that when a customer has any grievance, they can approach for the bank, and also if they don't get any response properly from the bank, they can approach to the banking ombudsman, where they can get exact solution from themselves. It is appointed by
Can a customer complain on the very first day, or is there any time duration after which only he or she can visit the banking ombudsman?
yes, sir. There is time limit, sir. Only after 1 month they can go to the banking ombudsman, sir. If there is no any response from the bank side.
So are payments bank
Balaji,
and small finance bank also included in banking ombudsman?
NB, NBFC, sir.
Payments bank and small finance banks,
Yes, sir.
they are also under ombudsman, right? Are you confirmed?
No, sir. I will not confirm about that, sir.
What is the difference between payments bank and
Okay.
small finance
Can you
bank?
tell me something about
Sir,
difference between payments bank and a small finance bank?
yes, sir. From payments bank, there is a maximum limit for the deposit, sir. That is 2 lakh. But whereas in small finance bank, there is no such limit. And also, for payment bank, no check has been provided. No check provided from the both banks, sir. And also,
And
CR percentage is currently 15 percentage for both.
both can provide loan.
Yes, sir. Payments bank cannot provide loan, sir, but small finance can provide loan.
Balaji, what is the structural difference between a private sector bank and a public sector bank? What is the structural and the fundamental difference between both of these?
Yes, sir. Public sector bank, the major shareholder, that is 51% is held by Government of India, sir. Whereas in private sector bank, there is not majority of shares has been owned by Government of India.
And what is the operational difference between both of these?
Uh, no, sir. I could not give it to answer.
Okay.
Have you heard
So,
about Bank
Bala-
Board Bureau? Bank Board Bureau.
No, sir. About exactly, I don't know, sir.
Okay.
So,
Have you
Balaji,
heard-
what would be your suggestions or basically your applications once you get into the bank to increase the efficiencies and the operations of the bank? What would be your key takeaways?
Yes, sir. We can improvise the customer service. Sir. For example, senior citizens, we can treat senior citizens at their comfort, and also we can split the customers according to their beneficiaries. Sir. Like uh, like senior citizens, for that we can alert a person for senior citizen to address them, and also those who don't know, those who are illiteracy, we can also split them to help in an easy way, because people don't even for illiteracy person, they don't know to fill the forms, all those, so we can help them, and we can attract these customers, sir, by
Um, Balaji, that is fine. I'm asking for the major changes that will be inculcated into the banking process in order to increase the operations, increase the top line at least of the bank. For more lending, what sort of changes you would like to bring in?
yes, sir, we can increase CASA ratio, sir.
But that is
We
up
can,
to how
sir.
CASA ratio would increase the lending proportion of the bank.
No, sir, it can increase the profit of the bank, sir.
Hmm.
because we don't provide more interest into savings account and there is no interest in current account, sir. So if we attract more customers to CASA, we can invest this money into government securities.
Balaji, are you an engineer? No, you are an engineer.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think that artificial intelligence will be playing any role, any particular role in banking industry?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Uh, Hereafter, artificial intelligence can play a role, sir.
What is blockchain? Is
No, sir.
currently two major banks are implementing blockchains. Do you know their names?
No, sir. I know about only cryptocurrency, sir.
What is cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency, it is a digital currency, sir. Uh,
Who regulates it?
no, sir.
You don't know.
No, I don't know, sir.
Tell me one thing.
Yes,
That
sir.
RBI has also said that RBI governor that we are also coming out with something of a digital currency. What is its
Central
name?
Bank. Yes, sir. They have announced recently that RBI going to introduce central bank digital currencies.
Good.
Yeah. What is that?
How
Uh,
CBDC is different from
For particularly
cryptocurrency?
RBI, they are going to introduce a currency, digital currency, sir.
Is it going to be different from the physical currency in place right now?
Yes, sir.
Or
I don't know about how it will differ, sir.
okay. What do you mean? Do you have any idea around? I think I've asked or not around insolvency and bankruptcy code.
Yes, sir. You have asked. I don't have an idea of that.
No.
Fine, sir. I think Somesh sir, Anurag sir, any other questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to ask what do you mean by legal tender? Why rupee is known as a legal tender?
No, sir.
Or fiat money? What is fiat money?
Sir?
Fiat money.
No, sir. I don't know, sir.
So SBI has an app. Do you know about it?
Yes, sir. You know SBI, sir.
Yono SBI. So it has an artificial intelligence feature.
Okay, sir.
What is the board? What is the name of the board?
Uh, no, sir. I cannot able to recollect.
Have you used Yono app? Have you used Yono app?
Yes, sir. I use that.
There is a board.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know any more products of SBI? Can you name the products of SBI?
Products
The
of
more
SBI.
products of SBI. SBI. Yeah.
No, sir.
You don't know about the products of SBI. Where is the headquarters of SBI?
Yes, sir. SBI headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, sir.
Do you know the share price of SBI?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
That is 523 rupees, sir.
On Friday.
Yes, sir. Today morning I checked about the stock price, sir.
Good.
Balaji, what are you expecting from the upcoming budget for the banking industry particularly?
Yeah.
Uh, about banking industry, they have to. No, sir. About what you are supposed to.
Anything? What are you expecting for the banking industry in the upcoming budget?
Yes, sir. Recently, they have announced that they are going to privatize two public sector banks. So,
What are the front runners into that race?
yes, sir. It is an Indian Overseas Bank
And
and Central Bank of India.
Good. Good.
So privatization is good or bad for the bank? Why government is privatizing the banking? Can you tell me why government is privatizing the bank? Are you in favor
Yes, sir.
of the privatization of SBI?
Sir, actually, from government's point of view, privatization is done to increase the profit and also to manage those losses can be recovered So for doing this, government side they are privatizing the banks. Sir.
Good, good. So, Anurag sir, Sumesh sir, any other questions?
No, no,
I think it
don't
is
have
done,
any
right?
question right now.
Right. Balaji, interview is done.
Then, thank you, sir.
Fine. Now we
Yeah.
all will give you some reviews. How was it? What points to ponder on? Fine. Firstly,
Okay, sir.
positives. Talking about positives, you are very confident person, confident aspirant. That is very good. It will actually work very well in your favor. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Secondly, you are actually well versed with most of the topics, so that will also go in
Yes,
your
sir.
Yeah,
way.
you're well versed.
Fine. Majorly, what I will try to say is be calm, because
Okay, sir.
what actually happened with you is in the middle when Somesh sir and Rag sir and I asked you some questions out of nowhere, you were blank. And I think that after this interview you will also think that yes, I knew the answer but I couldn't say. So work on that, because every time the interviewer will ask you questions out of nowhere, it is just because of that they want you to go on the backside. As you are a cricket player, so they want you to go backstand. They want you to go. They actually want you to fear the bowler. Don't fear them. Fine,
Okay.
fine. Positives. I have also told you one thing, and apart from that, you have good knowledge. Work on that, brush on that, and along with that, there were some instances where I think some very basic questions you weren't able to answer. So work on that as well. Fine. These
Yeah.
are my reviews.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Your
Sir,
current affairs.
Sure.
yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I ask, sir?
Yes, ask.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. In the interview, when they, as you said, if they push ourselves out of the box, and if they sometimes they wanted us to force, like as you said, something which I don't know. In those situations, how to face that, sir?
You did good. You did good that you explicitly said that I don't know. But when the number of questions where you don't know the answers. See,
Yes,
if
sir.
if I ask 10 questions right away and out of 10 you don't know answer of even one. So at least after third or fourth question, try giving your efforts. At least the interviewer should know that you are not giving up, because see, in there were many instances when you will join the banking industry, that things will come out of bounds. You won't be able to attend the thing, cater to the things, but still you have to answer. So just try, give it a try. Even if the number of questions that you don't know increases, after 2 or 3 questions, start trying. But
Okay, sir.
again, at the same time, don't get in that zone on back foot.
Yeah.
Don't get nervous.
Okay, sir. Many people they said if you don't know the answer, you can just
Absolutely.
don't waste the time.
But if the series of these number of questions increases, then after 2 or 3 or 4 questions, you start trying, because that will show your gist, your hard work, your trying efforts. Fine. Fine.
If that
Somesh sir, Anurag sir, I think it is done. Any other questions,
So
Yeah.
Balaji?
he's asking something. He's asking something. कुछ पूछ रहा है. Yeah, tell me what you are asking.
yes, sir. If that is Sir said to try us even after the 3 or 4 question gets wrong. We example Sir has asked about bankruptcy, insolvency, and bankruptcy. I know about the concept, sir, but I cannot able to recall and deliver the exact thing. So in those situations, if I give a try and just I give the explanation in a very small way, is
No
that
issues,
okay
no
with
issues.
them?
That will show something. That will
No.
show something. That will be a positive.
You need to be very confident in your try. Don't get jittery when you are saying. Don't get nervous while you are speaking.
Fine.
Whatever speaking, just don't get nervous. At that time.
Balaji, apart,
अरे 40 मिनट हो गए, तभी तो मैं जल्दी नहीं खत्म कर रहा था।